What is up, everyone? I'm Skratch. Welcome to another King Arthur Legends Rise video. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. Probably you guys watched my summoning video. You saw I haven't got Charlotte in that one, but then I had a live stream where we kind of like checked the new dungeon. I summoned a bit more and I did manage to get Charlotte. So in today's video, guys, we're going to do a spotlight, a showcase on the hero. She does look pretty weird, but you know what? She's actually really not bad. So we're gonna see what exactly that hero can do. Now, I will show you what build I have on her. Even though I don't necessarily have the best build, I do have a couple of different ideas that I would like to try, to be honest. Charlotte. She does look pretty damn amazing. Now, let me just quickly explain you what she can do. I almost maxed her. I still need basically to max this passive, and she's fully maxed. I maxed the relic, like literally took it to level 60, ascended, awakened, everything, right? So with the A1, basically, if you do not have Leaking Divinity, she only attacks an enemy. If you have that, she attacks all enemies. Leaking Divinity is like a debuff placed on herself that will not allow her to crit, okay? Which means that you're not going to need to crit, so you don't need to build her with crit rate or with crit damage for what matters. With the A2, kind of like the same story. If you have Leaking Divinity, you're gonna do an AoE attack. If you don't have Leaking Divinity, you're gonna do a single target attack, but that will crit. Now, you're going to deal additional damage if the target has dot. With the A3 skill, attacks all enemies twice, and she will deal 250% attack damage, and she will gain Pierce increase too. Now, if you have Leaking Divinity, she has a 100% chance for the last hit to inflict Incarnation Approach for 1 turn, which is once again debuffs. Debuffs on herself. Now, she works a bit differently. She's not going to use Vigor. She's actually going to sacrifice HP instead when she's using a skill. So when her HP is low, she's not going to be able to use the A3 or the A2 skill. With the first passive, at the start of the battle, she grants each Stitch Favor ally effect resistance and hit accuracy increase for 2 turns. With the second passive, when hit while under 40% HP, she has a chance to grant each Stitch Favor ally effect accuracy increase and attack speed increase for 1 turn. With the third passive, upon dying, 100% chance to trigger revival with 1% of the max HP, and she has a 70% of the max HP shield for 2 turns. And she will gain Leaking Divinity for the rest of the battle. Now, as you guys can probably notice, she only really gains Leaking Divinity when she revives. So at the same time, you still want to give her some crit rate, because if she never dies, that means that she won't gain that Leaking Divinity, unless I am missing something. Now, with the Chivalry, she will gain quite a few goodies, right? So right here, this will reduce the cooldown by 4 turns on the Primordial Rat skill enhancement. This additional skill effects for Divine Awakening. Upon reviving, 100% chance to gain Goddess Rancor, which will basically give you 100% chance to use skill 1 after an ally attacks. Really, really good. You're gonna gain some additional stats. And the Chivalry 8, Divine Awakening, skill enhancement, number of uses increases to 4, which is really, really good, and reduces the skill cooldown by 1 turn, and the base shield will go to 100% of the max HP. Well, I'm far off from getting to Chivalry 8, so we're gonna stick to what we currently have on. Builds. So I have her on an attack set, on a strife set, and a crit rate set. I don't really want to have the crit rate set. I'm actually looking to get the new set that will give her shield based off her own attack. That's going to be really nice. Total stats, 5.5k attack, 22k HP, 120 speed, a bit slow. I definitely need more speed on her. 60 crit rate, 40 crit damage, and I have 30% hit accuracy. Another build that I would love to try on her, but unfortunately my gear really sucks from that set, is actually a Drain set. So I'm very curious to see how a Drain set will work on her, and that's mainly because, hey, I'm gonna deal damage, right? I'm gonna sacrifice HP, then deal damage, sorry. And I'm gonna gain HP back. Now, true, I will be missing on some of the attack, right? Because I'm not going to use an attack set, because the drain set is a 4-piece set. But I have a feeling that we could be able to pull off some crazy things with a drain set. And straight off the back, without even trying it out, I have a feeling that it might be the best set for her. But once I'm gonna get a few better pieces, I'm actually gonna farm some overnight, and hopefully I'm gonna be able to bring in a couple of different pieces home. I'm gonna give it a go and update you guys if that will be the best build for her. As you guys can see, I have attack on the necklace, I have attack on the earrings, and I have attack on the ring. I have attack, hit accuracy, and I have pierce. So I'm not trying to give crit rate, crit damage, because if she dies, you're gonna see basically what happens. Now I'm trying to think, where should I take her in what content? So maybe not in any of those. Maybe we're gonna actually we have the hero dungeon event, right? So we can go in here. So this is actually perfect. I haven't even tried to go on the higher stages, so let's stick to stage 8. We can go in with this format, and I'm gonna show you exactly what she does. Okay, so I'm actually quickly going to manual it instead. I will apply the defense down, guys. Let's go A1 right here. Yes, Cormac, do it, baby. So that's an AoE from Cormac. Pretty decent damage, right? Come on, Charlotte. Let's see. Are you gonna do more than Cormac? So, time to see what Charlotte can do with the H3. And look how she's going to sacrifice the HP. So she sacrifices the HP. She deals damage. You see, pretty good damage, actually. Pretty good damage. And the HP goes down. Now, one thing that's at least showing weird on the animations, it seems like the HP gets sacrificed after the damage is dealt. So I really have to look into a drain set if it will benefit her at all or not. Now, a strife set on her is going to be massive, because if she kills somebody, guys, with the strife set, she's basically going to gain that extra turn. And when she gains that extra turn, not only that she's going to gain the extra turn, but she triggers drain, okay? And that will basically enable her to go back to full HP and be able to use the A3 again. So without a doubt, talking about the bottom set, Strife is the #1 set you can get on her. So we can use the A3 again. Look at the damage. The damage is pretty damn nice. And we killed somebody. We're back on full HP. Exactly what I was telling you about the Strife set. And look at that. Now we can go back in with the AoE. And bang. Beautiful. Yes, we dropped the HP again. But the Strife set is the #1 thing you want to use on her. I will keep you posted with the Drain set, because I have a feeling that I could make a pretty damn crazy combo. Now, as you guys can probably notice, she did not die so far. So because of it, we haven't actually triggered the passive to revive and to put the debuff on herself. Okay? So that is a thing to keep in mind. You still want to give her crit rate because of it, right? And if a Drain set plus the Strife will work, she's never really going to die. So let's see what sort of damage we dealt with her. 56%. True, with Cormac, I haven't tried to go all in to kind of like compare them. But if we are having a look at the AoE and the highest damage, 10k from her, 7 from Cormac, 122 from her, 67 from Cormac. Almost double on that. Pretty damn nasty. Now, I do want to quickly try another thing. So let's move on to the next stage. And probably I'm gonna try not to heal, and I'm gonna see if by any chance we let her die. So I'm gonna take Cormac out. I want her to die, just to basically show you the other option as well. Now, the main problem with her, if the Strife set doesn't proc, if you don't have good healings for her either, she's not going to be able to use the second and the third skill. She will always use the basic skill if she's not gaining the HP to basically have what to sacrifice. So that is one important thing to keep in mind, okay? That's why I'm not going to try to go crazy on any heals whatsoever. I'm going to let her basically get wrecked. So I'm going to use the AoE, sacrifice a lot of HP. So that went beautiful. Okay. Okay, can you guys kill her? Okay. So let's use the A2 right here, actually. A1 once again. I don't want her to get fully healed. You see, I cannot use the A2 because I don't have 30% HP to sacrifice. And I cannot use the A3 because I don't have enough HP to sacrifice. And if you are looking at debuffs, we have no debuffs at the moment. We only have buffs, which means that once again, we don't have Leaking Divinity, which means that the A1 and the A2 skill will be single target, okay? So we're gonna have to go A1. Come on, kill her! Kill her! Okay, not yet. He's dead, but she revives. Look at the massive shield, 70% of the HP. So right now what I want to do basically is to try and heal her as much as possible. The more I'm healing her, the better. Because after I should be able to basically use one of the big skills. You see, so right now I have 30% HP to sacrifice. I don't have the A3 available. And as you guys can probably notice, we have the debuff, Leaking Divinity on. And this will be on for the rest of the battle. Which means that if your strategy is to basically have her die and to gain the debuff, do not build her with crit rate or crit damage. If your strategy is to keep her alive, like I showed you with the Strife set and maybe a Drain set, build her with crit rate, crit damage, because she will do crazy damage. So this will become an AoE right here, but not a crit. So the damage is not as great anymore. We killed somebody, and we can use that skill again. But you can clearly see the best strategy for her is still crit rate, crit damage, Strife, heal, regenerate health, get good healing to be able to rotate the second and third skill. And that's basically how you can get the most out of this hero, guys. I'm not gonna stay in this fight. I just wanted to quickly show you how to build her, what she can do. And I do think that she can be one of the top damage dealers in this game if you build her right. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Mine, she's still on the vanilla. I don't have any of the chivalry. Once I'm gonna build up the chivalry on her, she could potentially out damage quite a few other top damage dealers in this game. Much love, appreciate all of you guys watching, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.